Welcome, folks, to the Secrets of the Tribe channel. Today, we're going to tell you about an unusual tradition of the Ekit tribe that raises questions and shocks many. This tribe, living in Northeast Africa, has been banishing its women for 2 years for several centuries. But what are the reasons behind such a strange custom? First of all, it should be noted that the Ekit tribe has a very strict hierarchy. Men are at the top of the hierarchy, while women are subordinates. They cannot make any decisions independently, and all their actions must be coordinated with men. That's why when a woman violates any rule or simply behaves not as expected by men, she can be expelled from the tribe for 2 years. But what happens to these women when they are forced to leave their village? They are sent to a special camp located in a remote part of the desert. There, women are forced to live in extremely difficult conditions. They have to procure food, water, and other necessary resources themselves. They must protect themselves from animals and fight against sand and heat. Thus, these 2 years become the toughest challenge for women, but at the same time, they give them a chance to prove themselves and become stronger and more independent. But this does not mean that all women successfully pass this test. Some cannot cope with the difficulties and return to their tribe, while others decide not to return at all. However, despite all the hardships, most women eventually successfully complete their time in exile and return home to their families. So, how does this 2-year exile restriction affect the lives of the women of the tribe? First of all, it means that women lose their place in society for 2 years. They cannot participate in important decision-making, cannot take part in rituals and ceremonies, and cannot communicate with their loved ones. In addition, they are forced to live in very difficult conditions. They have to build their own shelters, search for food and water, and fight all the dangers that exist in the wild. Some women face health problems, such as illness, injuries, and a lack of medical care. Nevertheless, this time can also provide women with the opportunity to develop their skills and learn more about their place in society. During their exile, they can study the traditions and rituals of their tribe, as well as strengthen their relationships with other women. As you can see, the tribe that exiles its women for 2 years has a very unusual and interesting tradition. However, this tradition also raises many questions and disputes. Some people consider it cruel and unjust, while others argue that it is an important part of the tribe's traditions and culture. Whatever the case may be, this is an example of how cultural differences can lead to interesting and complex issues that can become the subject of study and discussion.